Have you ever looked at a simple penny in your hand and wondered if that little coin could change your entire life forever? Imagine holding a single 2005 Lincoln penny in circulation and realizing it is worth not just a few cents, not even a few $100s, but a staggering $4.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that can transform an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the United States 2005 Lincoln penny, a coin that has shocked collectors, stunned experts, and inspired thousands of everyday people to start looking more closely at their loose change. The Lincoln penny has always carried with it more than just copper and zinc. It carries history, it carries symbolism, and for the lucky ones who find that rare variation, it carries unimaginable fortune. The 2005 Lincoln penny is one of those treasures, minted in the United States during an era when millions of coins were pressed and sent into circulation. Most people never gave them a second glance. They slipped into wallets, piggy banks, and cash registers, passing from hand to hand unnoticed. But within those millions of coins, a rare few stand apart. Coins with unique errors, striking variations, or rare minting qualities that drive their value into the millions. Now let us paint the picture. You are standing at the counter of your favorite coffee shop. The cashier hands you back your change, and you see a simple penny. To you, it looks ordinary. You toss it into your pocket without a thought. But what if that penny was the very 2005 Lincoln cent worth $4.5 million? What if the little coin you just ignored held the key to a new house, financial freedom, and a life of luxury? This is not just fantasy. It has already happened to collectors who stumbled upon rare pennies and sold them for life-changing amounts of money. Why is the 2005 Lincoln penny so valuable? Experts believe it is due to rare minting mistakes and unique die variations that occurred during production. These are not obvious to the naked eye unless you know what to look for. Double strikes, off-center designs, or even subtle shifts in the metal composition can elevate an ordinary coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. When these rare coins are verified and authenticated, auction houses compete to secure them, and wealthy collectors open their wallets wide to own a piece of American history that no one else can claim. Think about it. $4.5 million for a coin that most people overlook. That is the magic of coin collecting, the thrill of hunting, and the promise of unimaginable rewards. Across the country, families have dug through jars of change, old shoeboxes, and forgotten piggy banks hoping to discover that miracle penny. Some succeed, and their lives are never the same again. So what should you do right now? First, take a closer look at your 2005 pennies. Hold them carefully under the light. Check the details of the lettering, the sharpness of the design, and the edges of the coin. Small details make the biggest difference. If you think you might have something special, get it checked by a professional coin grader. Remember, authenticity is the golden ticket when it comes to turning a penny into millions. Let us not forget the symbolism here. The Lincoln penny, bearing the image of a president who led America through its darkest days, now has the power to lead ordinary people into brighter futures. It is a reminder that greatness can be hidden in the most common of places, and opportunity often comes disguised in something small. Now imagine waking up tomorrow as the person who holds the $4.5 million 2005 penny. What would you do first? Pay off your debts, buy your dream home, travel the world, secure your family's future. That is the power of this discovery. It is not just about money, it is about freedom, dreams, and the ability to rewrite your life story overnight. This is why collectors and treasure hunters continue to search. Every time you open a cash drawer, every time you reach into your pocket for change, every time you shake that old jar of coins, you could be holding a miracle in your hand. The next millionaire could be you, and all it takes is one penny. So, start searching, start dreaming, and never underestimate the smallest things in life, because sometimes the smallest coin can carry the biggest fortune. The 2005 Lincoln penny worth $4.5 million is living proof that history, luck, and destiny can align in the palm of your hand. Keep your eyes open, your hopes alive, and who knows, maybe one day you will be the next person to hold the penny that turns into millions. Imagine holding in your hand a single coin that could change your life forever. A coin so small and ordinary in appearance that millions of people walked past it every day without ever realizing its secret power. This is the story of the 1995 United States Lincoln penny. A coin that has taken the collecting world by storm. A coin with a hidden fortune tucked into its copper shell. A coin with the current market value soaring to an unbelievable $4.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny in circulation today could turn an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. For over a century, the Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history and endurance. First minted in 1909 to honor the memory of President Abraham Lincoln, these coins have traveled through generations, passing from pocket to pocket, grocery store to grocery store, paycheck to paycheck. And among the countless billions produced, there are a few rare treasures. Mistakes of history, printing errors, and anomalies so rare that collectors will pay millions to claim them. The 1995 Lincoln penny stands tall among these treasures. What makes the 1995 penny so powerful and valuable? It's not just its age, nor simply its coppery shine. It is the striking detail, the minting process, and the errors hidden in plain sight. In 1995, a small batch of pennies were struck with doubling on the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." To the average eye, it looks like just another penny. But to a trained collector, those doubled letters are a golden ticket, a sign that this is no ordinary coin, but a masterpiece of rarity. Millions of Americans have held this penny without ever knowing that they were holding a fortune in the palm of their hand. Now imagine walking into your kitchen drawer, opening up that jar of change you've ignored for years, and pulling out a coin that could wipe away your debts, pay off your mortgage, and build generational wealth for your family. That's the reality of the 1995 Lincoln penny. Circulation. Pennies are still out there, waiting to be found by sharp eyes and lucky hands. The current market value of the rare 1995 penny is estimated at an astonishing $4.4 million. $4.4 million, all from a coin that most people toss into a vending machine without a second thought. Collectors and auction houses are constantly hunting for these gems, ready to pay fortunes to the lucky few who discover them. This is not just money. It is history preserved in copper and zinc. It is the dream of becoming rich overnight without lifting a finger beyond checking your loose change. Think about the possibilities. You are sipping your morning coffee, sorting through coins, and suddenly you notice the faint doubling on a penny dated 1995. At that moment, your life changes forever. 1 cent transforms into millions, and you become the person who turned ordinary pocket change into an extraordinary fortune. People may laugh at the idea of a penny making you rich, but those who know the truth understand that the rarest coins are worth far more than gold. So ask yourself, have you checked your pennies lately? Have you looked closely at that 1995 coin? That may be hiding in your wallet, your piggy bank, or your couch cushions. Because it only takes one lucky find to join the elite group of people who turned loose change into unimaginable wealth. This is not just a story about money. It is a story of opportunity, of hidden treasures, of history colliding with destiny. The 1995 Lincoln penny proves that miracles are real and they can fit in the palm of your hand. Somewhere out there, right now, someone is unknowingly holding one of the most valuable coins in American history. Will that person be you? Or will you let this secret slip by unnoticed, leaving millions behind? The time is now. Start searching. Start looking. Because the 1995 Lincoln penny is out there in circulation, and its $4.4 million fortune is waiting for the sharp eye and the lucky soul who dares to look closely. Remember, every penny has a Story and some pennies carry a destiny. And if fate is on your side, your story might just begin with a single Lincoln penny that makes you a millionaire overnight. Imagine this. You are standing in line at your local grocery store, reaching into your pocket for some change, and without even realizing it, you hand over a penny that could have made you a millionaire overnight. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this is not just a fantasy. This is the shocking and powerful story of the 1988 Lincoln penny, a simple coin that millions of Americans used in everyday life, now valued at an astonishing $4.3 million in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. One single penny in circulation could change your life forever. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in United States history, has been around since 1909. For more than a century, this small copper piece has told the story of America, featuring the face of President Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator, a symbol of freedom and resilience. But what makes the 1988 Lincoln penny so powerful, so extraordinary, and so valuable that collectors are willing to pay millions to own? Let's dive into the history, the mystery, and the incredible fortune behind this unbelievable coin. In 1988, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies with both Philadelphia and Denver mint marks. To the naked eye, these coins looked ordinary. They were the same size, the same weight, and carried the same design that Americans had grown accustomed to. But hidden among those billions of pennies, a very rare few carried a secret, a detail so subtle that only the most observant coin collectors could identify it. These rare errors and varieties turned an everyday coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. One of the most famous and highly sought-after varieties of the 1988 Lincoln penny is the transitional error, often called the 1988 reverse of 1989 penny. This means that some pennies minted in 1988 accidentally carried the design meant for the following year, 1989. To the average person, this tiny design change on the reverse, particularly around the lettering and the Lincoln Memorial, might look insignificant. But to numismatists, to serious collectors, this mistake is like discovering a hidden diamond in the rough. Today, collectors from all over the world fight to get their hands on these rare error coins. And the price? A staggering $4.3 million. Has been recorded for one of these extremely rare examples. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, not worth 1 cent, not worth $1, not even worth 1,000, but worth over $4 million. That is the kind of life-changing discovery that keeps coin enthusiasts searching through their pockets, their jars of change, and their old collections passed down through generations. Think about it. How many of us have walked past pennies on the ground without picking them up? How many of us have jars full of coins sitting forgotten in our closets, drawers, or basements? What if inside that jar lies the very coin that could transform your financial future? This is the magic and mystery of coin collecting. It's not just about history, it's about opportunity. The 1988 Lincoln penny teaches us an unforgettable lesson. Never underestimate the value of small things. A coin created to be worth just a single cent can, under the right circumstances, hold more value than a mansion, more value than luxury cars, and more value than most people will earn in their lifetime. So what should you be looking for? If you come across a 1988 penny, don't ignore it. Inspect it carefully. Check the details, especially on the reverse side, around the lettering and the Lincoln Memorial. Look for that subtle design mismatch that could mark it as one of the rare transitional errors. If you're unsure, take it to an expert, a coin dealer, or send it for professional grading, because that one coin might just be your ticket to a fortune. And here's where the story gets even more inspiring. People who have discovered these rare coins didn't set out expecting to become millionaires. They were ordinary folks, teachers, retirees, young collectors, people who simply paid attention to the coins that passed through their hands. It wasn't luck alone. It was curiosity, awareness, and the understanding that sometimes life's greatest treasures are hidden in plain sight. The world of Lincoln pennies is filled with secrets. From the 1909 VDB pennies to the famous 1943 steel cents, and now the legendary 1988 transitional penny worth over $4.3 million. Each of these stories reminds us that history is alive, circulating in our very own pockets. So the next time you receive change, don't just toss those pennies aside. Don't let them gather dust in a jar. Take a closer look, because your ordinary penny might be the extraordinary coin that changes your life. Who knows? Maybe you are holding a fortune right now without even realizing it. Friends, this is more than just a coin story. It is a reminder of possibility, of hidden wealth, and of the power of knowledge. The 1988 Lincoln penny is proof that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. So keep searching, keep believing, and never underestimate the value of what lies in your hands, because the next millionaire story could be yours. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching into your pocket and pulling out what looks like an ordinary Lincoln penny. It's scratched, it's small, it's brown and coppery like any other cent you've seen your whole life. But here's the shocking truth. That very coin, hiding in plain sight, could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Yes, you heard me right. The United States 1983 Lincoln penny, a coin still in circulation, has shocked collectors, investors, and historians with a jaw-dropping current market value of $4.3 million. That is not just pocket change. That is life-changing wealth hiding in the palm of your hand. Let us go deep into the story. The year was 1983. America was going through big changes. Technology was rising, the economy was shifting, and the U.S. Mint was experimenting with coins in ways that most people never noticed. In 1982, the Mint stopped making pennies out of 95% copper and switched to copper-plated zinc to save millions of dollars in production costs. This transition caused a whirlwind of variations, errors, and accidental strikes that collectors today go crazy for. And that's where the magic of the 1983 Lincoln penny begins. Most 1983 pennies are worth only 1 cent. They jingle in change jars, they roll under car seats, they collect dust in drawers. But a tiny handful, just a few in existence, were struck with mistakes so rare, so unique, that they have become treasures in the world of numismatics. Some were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets. Some display doubling errors so sharp you can see it with your bare eyes. And these mistakes, these rare flaws, transformed the humble 1983 penny into one of the most desirable coins in United States history. Now imagine this. You're sorting through a stack of coins, maybe at your kitchen table, maybe at a local bank, maybe in a box of change handed down by your parents or grandparents. And then, without even realizing it, you're staring at the very penny that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even set you up for retirement. That penny, a $4.3 million treasure, has already shocked the auction world. Collectors have bid astronomical sums just to own one. And the demand is only rising because everyone wants a chance to hold a miracle in their hands. Think about what that means. For the price of nothing, for a single penny, you could unlock the door to wealth most people only dream of. You could go from an ordinary day to a headline story. The everyday American who found a rare coin and became a millionaire overnight. That is the power of the 1983 Lincoln penny. But here's the key. You must know what to look for. These rare pennies aren't hiding in museums. They aren't locked away in government vaults. They are out there, in circulation, moving from hand to hand, waiting for someone sharp enough, curious enough, determined enough to recognize them. They may be hiding in coin rolls from the bank, in old piggy banks, or in the pockets of people who have no idea what they're carrying. This is not just about money. This is about history. Every coin tells a story. The Lincoln penny tells the story of America itself, of struggle, of change, of the ordinary becoming extraordinary, and When the U.S. Mint struck those rare 1983 pennies, it created a mystery that has lasted for decades. A mystery that only a lucky few have solved by finding these hidden gems and changing their lives forever. So ask yourself, have you checked your pennies? Have you looked closely, really closely, at the dates, the colors, the weights, the details? Because somewhere in those tiny copper-plated discs lies the chance of a lifetime. The 1983 Lincoln penny, worth $4.3 million, is proof that miracles can hide in plain sight. It is proof that the smallest things can hold the greatest value. And it is proof that any one of us, on any ordinary day, could stumble across a fortune beyond imagination. So keep your eyes open, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of a single penny. Because your next coin could be the one that changes everything. Rye, hidden treasures, and untold wealth come alive. Today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary stories of American coinage. A coin so small, yet so powerful, it has shocked collectors, investors, and even ordinary people who once carried it in their pockets without a second thought. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1977 Lincoln penny, a coin still in circulation, but now whispered about for its jaw-dropping value of over $4.2 million. Imagine that. A single copper coin that could transform you into an overnight millionaire. Let's step back into history. The year was 1977. America was in transition. Gasoline was under $1 a gallon. Star Wars had just hit theaters, and people walked around with pockets jingling with pennies, nickels, and dimes. Among those ordinary coins, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were perfectly normal, everyday coins that people spent without a second thought. But hidden in that mass of copper lies a mystery. A handful of rare errors, unique strikes, and perfectly preserved 1977 Lincoln pennies would eventually become some of the most sought-after coins in the world. At first glance, the 1977 penny looks like every other Lincoln cent. On the obverse, you see the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a symbol of strength and freedom. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial proudly stands, framed with the words United States of America and 1 cent. But coin collectors know that even the smallest detail, a minting error, a double strike, a unique die crack, or even an unusual coloration can turn a 1 cent coin into a life-changing fortune. So why is this coin worth millions? The truth is, the 1977 penny has become a legend among collectors because of its scarcity and rare conditions. While billions were minted, very few survived in pristine, untouched states. And among them, some rare varieties were discovered with striking anomalies. Some coins show sharp doubled dies, others carry an odd luster or striking mistake that makes them stand out. When these rare versions reach the auction block, bidding wars erupt, and prices climb higher and higher. Recently, one such specimen stunned the world when it sold for an astonishing $4.2 million, instantly making its lucky finder a millionaire. Now think about this. These coins are still out there. They weren't locked away in Seunalia museums. They weren't destroyed. Many are still hidden in coin jars, old purses, dusty drawers, or even resting in circulation, waiting for someone with a sharp eye to notice them. You could walk into a store tomorrow, receive your change, and unknowingly hold a fortune in your hand. That's what makes this story so electrifying. It's not just history, it's opportunity. Imagine finding one of these pennies and realizing you've just stepped into wealth beyond your imagination. No lottery ticket, no risky investments, just pure luck combined with knowledge. That's the power of numismatics, the fascinating world of coin collecting. Collectors around the globe are constantly searching, buying, and competing for rare U.S. pennies like the 1977 Lincoln cent. And the demand keeps growing. Wealthy investors see these coins not only as collectibles but also as assets that hold value through generations. That's why when a rare penny appears, auctions light up, collectors pull out their wallets, and prices soar into the millions. Now let me ask you, have you checked your coin jar lately? Have you ever looked closely at the pennies lying around? Your house? That 1 cent that looks so ordinary could actually be the very key to changing your life forever. A coin worth $4.2 million is no longer just a rumor, it's a reality proven by actual sales, actual collectors, and real people who struck gold by paying attention. The story of the 1977 penny isn't just about money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the mystery of history, and the reminder that even the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Abraham Lincoln's image on the coin reminds us that greatness often comes from humble beginnings. And in this case, those humble beginnings could lead you to overnight millionaire status. You hold a penny. Don't dismiss it as worthless change. Look closer, study it, inspect the details, because one small copper coin could carry a secret that changes your life. The 1977 Lincoln penny has already crowned millionaires, and the next one could be you. Imagine walking into your local grocery store, reaching into your pocket for some change, and pulling out a coin that looks just like any other penny. Ordinary copper, dull from circulation, stamped with the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be your golden ticket, a coin hiding in plain sight with the power to change your life forever? What if I told you that a 1972 Lincoln penny, yes, just a penny, has been valued in today's market at a jaw-dropping $4.1 million? This is not a fantasy. This is not a myth. This is reality. The United States, 1972 Lincoln. Penny is one of the most mysterious and sought-after treasures in the world of rare coins. Millions of these pennies were minted, but a small fraction of them were struck with special characteristics that turned them into hidden gems. Today, collectors and investors are willing to pay fortunes to own one. Let's set the stage. The year is 1972. America is alive with change. The Vietnam War is raging, and Richard Nixon is in the White House. The Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for more than 6 decades. At first glance, the 1972 penny looked ordinary. No silver, no gold, just copper, zinc, and tin. But what makes this coin extraordinary is a small detail most people never notice: the doubling of the design. This rare error, called the double die, transformed an everyday penny into one of the most valuable coins in history. On certain 1972 pennies, if you look closely, you'll see the words "Liberty" and "In God." "We trust" appear doubled, bold, and sharp, as if stamped twice. To the naked eye, it might just look like a blur, but to a collector, that tiny error is worth millions. It's like a secret code left behind by the mint, a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered by someone lucky enough to spot it. Now, let's talk about value. Imagine holding a penny worth $4.1 million. That's more money than most people will ever see in their lifetime. Enough to buy luxury cars, mansions, or even retire early and live the life of your dreams. And here's the most shocking part: these pennies are still out there. They weren't pulled from circulation. They weren't locked away in some vault. They could be hiding in your piggy bank, your coin jar, or even stuck between the seats of your car. Every time you pick up a penny, you could be holding a fortune without even knowing it. Think about that for a moment. One small coin, just 1 cent, could transform you into a millionaire overnight. No lottery ticket, no stock market gamble, just a piece of history resting in the palm of your hand. But what makes the 1972 Lincoln penny so special is not just its monetary value, it's the story it tells. It represents the artistry of American minting, the quirks of human error, and the passion of collectors who dedicate their lives to preserving history. For some, this penny is more than a coin. It's a symbol of luck, destiny, and the idea that even the most ordinary object can hold extraordinary secrets. Now imagine this scenario. You're cleaning out your attic, opening an old shoebox filled with change. Your fingers brush past nickels, dimes, and quarters until you pull out a copper penny that looks no different from the rest. But under the light, The letters shimmer strangely, slightly doubled. Your heart starts to race. Could this be it? Could this be the legendary 1972 Lincoln double-die penny worth millions? At that very moment, your entire life changes. Stories like this are not rare in the world of coin collecting. Time and time again, people have stumbled upon pennies worth small fortunes. What separates the lucky few from the rest is curiosity. The willingness to look closer, to learn, and to never underestimate the power of a single coin. So, the question is, have you checked your change lately? That handful of pennies at the bottom of your pocket could be your ticket to fortune. A simple coin minted over 50 years ago might be waiting for you, ready to reveal its secret and make you the next millionaire. The 1972 Lincoln penny isn't just money. It's history, art, and destiny wrapped in copper. And somewhere out there, it could be sitting in your hands right now.